I'm going to do here. First thing is that we are going to interact with three components here. One is BODS, okay, and second thing is that business objects, okay, and third one is your HANA, okay, and fourth thing what you're having is that you're having this SAP ECC. Okay, in SAP ECC, what you're having here is that you're having some tables that are existing. They are nothing but your master tables, okay, or else they are also treated as your transaction tables. Hani konja talpesi veltava? Master tables along with your transaction tables that exist. Master tables and transaction tables. Okay. Now, my main purpose is I want to bring these particular master tables. The main purpose is I want to bring these particular master tables and transaction tables replicated into this particular HANA database. That is what is the target that I'm having here. So Archana, if you remember, we have discussed like when you want to model something with respect to your HANA system, okay, first thing is that you need to have the data, okay, you need to have the structures along with you need to have the data that should exist, okay. So the data might come from two types of systems. One is from the SAP systems and second thing is from the non-SAP systems, right? So first what we need to do is that we need to import the structures, okay. For the purpose of importing the structures, there are two things. One is an ETL based replication, and second type of replication is going to be a low SLT based replication, trigger based replication, what we call, okay. But with the help of the ETL based replication, we can have the option of customizing the data as per your requirement and then start loading the data into the HANA system, okay. Okay. Here also what you're supposed to do is that I want to make sure the entire platform is set. For the purpose of taking these particular activities here. Okay. One minute. Okay, see here, master tables and transaction tables here. In BODS, what I'm going to do is that I'm supposed to create a repository here. In BODS, I'm supposed to create a repository first. Okay, the repository is nothing but a relational database that holds all the metadata structures. Okay, so here the type of repository what you are supposed to create here is nothing but a local repository that you need to create. Okay, today what we are going to see is that we are going to create a repository within BODS. We are going to create a repository within BODS and then make sure that that particular repository is registered within business objects CMC. CMC, okay. CMC stands for Central Management Console. Central Management Console. This is the second thing that we are going to do here. This is nothing but Business Object Central Management Console we are going to have here. Okay. Within this one, what we do is that whatever the repository what you are creating here, okay, that particular repository need to be registered in CMC. So this is the part that we are going to see today. Archana, you are clear, right? Marvin, you are clear, right? What we are going to do here. First thing is that we are going to start with a type of replication called as ETL based replication. Okay, for the purpose of working in this ETL based replication, you need to work with three major components. One is nothing but the SAP ECC systems. Okay. Second thing is with respect to your BODS, and third thing is with respect to this business objects. The main purpose is through this particular BODS, we are going to import your SAP related tables. Okay. And the SAP related data into this particular SAP HANA eventually. That is the thing what you are going to do here. Okay. Archana, this is the two things in one shot. HANA is going to be covered along with the BODS is also going to be covered here basically. So see here. I go on to this place and then I start with the 4.3. Click on OK. Click on this to continue. Why do you have different server accounts in the sense? I didn't get you, Marvin. Okay. Please follow these steps very clearly. Why? Because everything is very important in here in this case. Okay. We go to start. Okay. We go to this programs. We go to this SQL Server 2000 release 2, and then you are having something like SQL Server Management Studio. Is that? Please open this one. Okay, I'm logging into this particular server. I'm logging into this particular server and click on this connect button like this. Connect button. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a blank database. I'm going to create a blank database. I didn't understand your question. Why are you using that in the sense? Which server you want me to use, Marvin? This is the same server, right? We are using here. What is it, SOL? Archana, this is the where are you using SQL? SQL is required here, Baba, for the purpose of creating the repository here. HANA Studio will come the moment once we start importing the things into the repository. HANA Studio will not come right now, right? Archana, you are clear what we are doing here, right?
Yeah, so first when we are trying to extract the data from the other systems or the BW systems, we need to have the data through BODS. So in that case, we need to have the data in the repository. So that's what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah. See, yesterday we have confirmed two things. Marvin, please follow carefully. First thing what we did is there are two ways of replicating the data. One way to replicate the data is through SLT, and second way to replicate the data is through BODS. Okay, majority cases what we do is that we use only BODS for the purpose of replicating the data. Majority cases. majority cases we start using BODS for the purpose of replicating the data. In some other cases we start using SLT. Okay, but for the purpose of replicating the data through ETL, the obvious case what you are having here is BODS. Okay, so when you want to start working in BODS, you have to have the repository that should exist. What is the repository? The repository is nothing but the relational database that is used by business objects data services for the purpose of holding the application content. So when you want to have the repository has to be created in any relational database. So that is the reason I'm trying to create this particular repository in this SQL server. Hope you understood, right, what I'm trying to do here. Archana, you are clear, right?
Yeah.
So, and one more thing, when you want to use HANA, it is not that we try to use only HANA Studio. Yeah. It is not that we use only HANA Studio for the entire course, Baba. The reason why I am trying to say is that when you are using HANA Studio, we have to work with the SQL Server, we have to work with BODS, we have to work with ECC, BI, and everything we need to work here basically. So there is an all-in-one component here, right? That is the reason. HANA underscore example. So we select this HANA underscore example and then click on OK. A database is created here. What is the database here? The database is something like HANA underscore example. So if you want to have this database to be seen, you can go here and then refresh this one here. Refresh. This is HANA underscore example that is created here. This is HANA underscore example. Okay, Archana, you are there, right?
Yeah.
Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use this SAP Business Objects Data Services 4.0 Service Pack 2, and within this one, for the purpose of creating the repository, I'm going to use this repository manager here. For the purpose of creating the repository, I'm using this repository manager here. So please open this repository manager. We'll use this repository manager here. So, you know, right, there are three types of repositories. One is a local, second one is a central, and third one is the profiler repositories. Okay, so the local repositories, central and profiler repositories exist here, so we go with local in this case. And in which database we are going to create? The database in which we are creating is nothing but your database type, which is nothing but your MS SQL Server. Microsoft SQL Server is the place where we are going to work on this particular creating these databases. What is the server name here? The name of the server is server only. Server only. And what is the database name? HANA underscore example. HANA underscore example. Okay, once we specify this one, I need to give the username and password. So what user? One minute. HANA user 1, and this one is Archana 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I do like this. First of all, Archana, what I would like to do is that I would like to check whether I am able to connect to this particular database or not. So I want to get this particular version like this. Cannot open the connection to the repository. What is the name of the server? This one. H is capital letter, right? So you please keep this one as a small letter. User. 2, 3. Version. Yeah, the database exists, but the repository tables are not valid here, right? So that means that the database what you have created over there is nothing but an empty database. The database which we have created over there is nothing but an empty database there. So what we do is that we click on create the repository here. So the repository is going to be created within that particular BODS now. The repository is getting created in this particular database. You need to get a message saying that the repository is successfully created. So you have seen, right, the local repository is successfully created. The local repository what you are having here has been successfully created. Okay, once the repository is successfully created, then what I do is that I get this version. It says that the local repository version is there. So this is the way we need to create this particular repository in BODS, Archana. Okay. Okay, then what you do is that you close this one here. Done. So the repository tables are created in this particular system. Where is our system here? That is nothing but your HANA_example system. When you open this one, you see the lot of tables that are existing in this particular HANA_system basically. HANA_system in this case, they have been created like this. So is it clear how this particular repository is created, Archana?
Yeah, it's clear. But how did we get all these tables? So many tables?
So many tables. Some 50 to 60 tables exist here basically. No?
Yeah. So how did we get this? We created an empty database, right?
We created an empty database, and through the repository manager, when he started creating, you have seen, right?
Yeah. I saw, but
so you have seen, right, that is creating global transform, address transform and all. So what it does is that it runs a predefined SQL script. Okay. That will try to get all these particular tables created in this particular database basically. That way, it is a predefined program that the repository manager executes in order to create these particular tables in this particular repository here.
Okay. So all these are like the system tables?
These are the system tables, not our tables basically.
Okay.
These are all the system tables. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is that I want to make this repository to be associated to your BODS. Okay. For this particular purpose, I go to these programs, come on to this data services 4.0 service pack 2, and here you are having something called as a server manager that exists. Server manager that exists here. Okay. When I come on to this particular server manager, what I am trying to do is that I am trying to associate this particular repository I'm trying to associate that particular repository to your BODS. Open this one here. Open this one. Okay. Once we open this one, here you're having something called as configuration editor is there. Okay. You please click on this configuration editor and open. Okay. Now what I want to do here, I want to create a job server, okay, and then start connecting that job server to this particular repository here. Connecting the job server to this particular repository. And one more thing is that there should be one job server associated to each and every repository here. There should be one job server associated to this particular repository here. So what you do is that you click on this add button here. Okay, and the job server name should be the same example you specify, that is HANA underscore example. HANA underscore example, you do example, do like this, HANA underscore example, welcome Shyam. Okay, the job server port what we are going to use is something like 3518 you are going to use here. Some unique port number you need to specify here. Okay, once we specify this particular unique port number, then what you do is that you click on this add button to add that particular repository. Okay, where that repository has been created, the repository has been created under your SQL server here, right? So I specified this one, and what is the name of that server? Server name is nothing but your server only, that also we have seen. Okay, and what is your database name? Please make sure that your database name and your repository name is going to be one and the same, right? So I want to specify this one as
Not sure. It's logged in the afternoon.
HANA underscore example. What is the username and what is the password? The username is HANA user one. This one is this one is this is going to be your HANA user one here, basically here. HANA user one. Okay, HANA user one. Okay, and then you click on this apply here. When you click on this particular apply, what is being done here? Okay, this associated repository is associated to this particular job server here. Okay, once this is done, then what you do is that you click on OK. Once you click on OK, then again you click on OK. So if you can see here, what is our job server name here? The job server name is nothing but your HANA underscore example. Where is that one? Is it created, Archana? Your underscore example is created, and if you can see, all the job server ports have been created with a different number here, that is 3518 in this case. Okay, you select this 3518 and then what you do is that you click on OK like this. Your job server is created. Once your job server is created, once you close and restart, what happens is that that particular job server is associated to your repository. Okay, and then you're going to start the services of your job server once again. You're going to start the services of your job server once again. So close and restart here. So this will restart the data services service on this particular machine is what you can do. That you can click on OK like this. Done. So once you are not seeing any window, that means that your repository is successfully associated to your job server. Your repository is successfully associated to your job server in this case. Ashna, is it clear so far?
Yeah, it's clear.
then the next step what I'm going to do is that I'm going to open the business objects CMC, business objects CMC. Okay, when I say something called as a business object CMC, that is nothing but an administrative portal, central management console, which is an administrative portal, okay, which is used to configure the data services repositories to your data services, which is used to configure the data services repositories to your data services. So you please select this one here. Okay, so here it will be asking you log on to your central management console. So when you want to log on to your central management console, what you do is that you try to specify the password. And what is the password here? The password is
I'm sorry, why we are doing this? What it does?
it is supposed to, you have created that repository, right?
Yeah.
First step is that we have created the repository. Okay. Second step, what you have done is that we have associated that repository to the job server.
Yeah.
Okay. And third step, what you are going to do is that we are going to register that repository now, okay, to the business objects data services with the help of this central management console. Okay.
Okay.
We are going to register this repository to this central management console here. See what I'm going to do here. Please click on login here. Okay, Archana. Once we click on login here, you can see something called as data services. What is this data services here? Tell me. What is this data services? It is nothing but your BODS only, right? It is nothing but your BODS only. So what you do is that you click on this BODS here. So once you click on this BODS, the list of all the repositories will be existing here. Okay. Select this one, right click, and then what you do is that you try to manage something called as manage or configure repository here. We are going to configure this repository. What I'm supposed to do here, I want to create a new repository. Configure repository. Okay. What is the repository name here? Archana, can you please go on mute if you don't mind? Okay. What is the repository name here? The repository name is nothing but HANA underscore example. HANA underscore example. Within what type of database you are creating this one? The type of database what you are creating is nothing but the Microsoft SQL Server here. Okay. And what is the host name? What is the host name here? The host name is nothing but the server, right? The host name is nothing but the server here. The host name is nothing but the server here. Okay. Then what is your database name? The database name is nothing but HANA underscore example. Example. The database name is HANA underscore example. And what is the user ID and what is the password? The user ID is nothing but HANA user 1. And what is the password here? The password is is the password here. So this information is specified in this particular case. HANA underscore example, server, HANA underscore example, and everything. You please try to test your connection whether you are able to connect your connection or not. So we are able to successfully connect to this particular repository here. Okay. Then what you do is that you click on this save button here. Clicking on this particular save button will make sure that your repositories are successfully configured and registered. So if you want to know whether your repository is existing or not, what you can do is that you can go on to this particular repositories. One minute. So when you come on to this particular repositories here, you will be able to see something like HANA underscore example is HANA underscore example is created here. Where is that one created here? This is HANA underscore example is created here in this particular case. Okay, so in what way it is going to help us? So now what we are going to do is that we are going to work on this particular BODS right now. Where exactly we are going to work on this BODS? So you go to the start, you go to these programs, and within these programs you are having something like Business Objects Data Services 4.0 Service Pack 2, and within this one you have this one as Data Services Designer that exists. Data Services Designer. Please select this Data Services Designer here in this case. Once you select this Data Services Designer, this is HANA one. This one is 1, 2, 3. I click on this login button. Once we click on this login button, when you come down or somewhere, this is your HANA underscore example section. HANA underscore example is created, and when you click on OK, you'll be able to log on into that particular button. So Archana, is it clear now how we have created this particular repository here, and how that particular repository is being utilized by your business objects data services for the purpose of entering here? That way only we'll be able to configure all these particular things here in this case. Okay, Archana?
Yeah. So if we don't register it with the CMC, will we not see it here when in the data services designer?
We cannot see, Archana.
Okay, so first we have to create the repository and register as well.
Yes, 3 steps we have done here.
First
step is that we created the repository, okay, through the repository manager, okay, and second step what we did is with the help of this SAP Business Objects Data Services, we have used this particular server manager to create a job server, okay, and associate that repository to this particular job server. Associate that particular repository to this particular job server. That is the second thing what we did. Okay, and what is the third part that we did? The third part that what we did is that we closed and restarted that particular BODS services, right? We closed and then restarted that particular BODS services. That is the third thing that we have done. Okay, and fourth thing what we did, we went on to this particular CMC. There is nothing but your central management console. Where is that one?
BO data services SP2, yeah, that one, right?
Yeah, this is nothing but the central management console we went. Okay, within this central management console, what we did is that we configured that particular repository within the data services so that we can have the option of using the newly created repository for the purpose of logging into this particular business objects data services pad like this, right? So this is the way we have started creating and started working on this particular repository here in this case. Is it clear now what you have done? Hi Veda. It's long time. Is it clear now here? Okay, so let me try to summarize the steps what has been done so far. Okay, first step is that we created a repository. What is the second step? The second step is that we what we did, we associated a job server to this repository. We associated a job server to this particular repository. That is the second step what we did. And what is the third step what we did? We restarted the job services, restarted the job services. We restarted the job services. There is a third one. And what is the fourth one here? The fourth thing what we did is that restarted associated job server to this repository, and then we restarted the job services. We went on to this particular CMC. What is that CMC here? CMC is nothing but the Central Management Console. Central Management Console. Okay, within the Central Management Console, we configured the repository to BODS, that is the Business Objects Data Services. These are all the points that you have done so far. Okay, these are all the points that has been done so far in this case. Created, CMC, configured the repository to this BODS and all these things here. Okay, now the next thing what I'm planning to do now is, I'm going to connect onto the SAP ECC system, okay, and assume that there are three. Archana, can you please tell me the names of the tables, at least some 3 tables in SAP ECC? Please type them here.
Yeah, sure. Mara, VBAP, VBAK, same sort of header and item tables.
Yeah.
You want me to
VBAK?
type? Okay.
Yeah, please. VBAK and Mara. These are the 3 things you are typing. Okay, great. One minute. I'm coming. 1 minute. Okay. Now you have seen how we have entered into this particular repository also, right? How have we entered into this repository? This one. Okay. How we have entered into this particular repository? That is, our repository is something like HANA _ example we have created here. Once we have entered here, first thing what I want to do is that I want to import these particular tables created by Archana and Marvin, okay, to make sure that they are imported into this particular repository right now. They are imported into this particular repository right now. I want them right now. So, okay, within this repository here, I'll give you the introduction of this particular BODS at some point of time, but within this, in the welcome screen of BODS, okay, in the welcome screen of BODS, what you are having here is you're having one type of component. What is that one? Is nothing but your local object library. Local object library is going to be there. So how do you get that local object library? You can go on to this particular tools and then you can select this object library in this case like this. This is what is our local object library. Okay, within this particular local object library, okay, there is one activity. First thing what you need to do is that there is one thing called as the data stores that exists. Data stores that exist here. Data stores. In this data stores, what I want to do is that I want to right click and click on this new, and I want to create a new data store. This is what is a new data store here. Okay, to create this new data store, okay, I want to specify this one as HANA underscore ECC underscore example I want to create. ECC underscore example I want to create here like this. HANA underscore ECC underscore example I want to create like this. It's created or not? Once it is created, the next step what I need to do is that I need to go to this database, select this one as SAP applications like this. This is what is your SAP applications. Okay, then what I need to do? I need to give the application server name, the username along with the password. So how do I get them? First what you do is that select this SAP login. This one is your server. This one is your 65, right? 65. You go into this particular system, select this one, new. Okay, this is nothing but SAP underscore HANA underscore ECC underscore example. HANA underscore ECC underscore what is your database? The database is SAP applications, right? What is your application server? I have pasted here. You already seen here, right, Archana? The application server is this one, BA73 server, right? It is pasted. What is the username? Okay. Once this is done, then what you need to do is that you need to click on this advanced tab here. Okay. Once you click on this advanced tab, there are a lot many number of things that you need to configure. Here you're having something as a client number is there. The client number, it has been specified as system number is nothing but your instance number, which is 65 we need to specify here. Which is nothing but your 65 that you specify here, 65. 1 minute please. సార్ నేను కొంచెం స్నానంకి వెళ్తున్నాను మళ్ళీ కాల్ చేస్తాను అర్జెంట్ ఏమన్నా దేని గురించి సర్లే రైట్ yeah, this is what is your system number here. Once this is specified, then what you can do is that I want to specify the directory where the sharing directory should exist here. See here, there should be a common directory that should exist between the SAP ECC system along with your what we can say BODS server also. There should be a common directory that should exist in order to exchange the data. The data should be your shared directory. So the shared directory I need to specify here. So obviously what I can do is that I can try to specify the shared directory as see here. Already I have created one shared directory. That shared directory is something like temp I can specify here. In D colon, in C, there might be a temp directory that is existing here. C colon temp. So what I do is that I can try to specify this one as C colon temp, whereas this is also specified as C colon temp here, and this one, when you see, this is also what I do is that I try to specify this one as C colon temp. See, if the corresponding credentials what I have specified is correct, if the credentials what I have specified is correct, what business objects will, what BODS will do is that BODS will try to create this particular data store in this particular case. When you try to apply, see what is going to happen. In case if there are no errors, what it will do is that it will not throw any errors. So what you can do is that you can confidently go and then start creating a data store here in this case. Click on OK to create this data store. So the data store is created here. Okay, once this data store is created, see what is this one here.
The directory path can be anything, is it? You gave a C colon / temp.
The directory part, yeah, the directory part can be anything, yeah. But better thing is to have a temp directory that can exist between any of these things here.
Okay. And one more thing, for the ECG system, we have the username and password, the separate username and password. And for the data services, we have another username and password. So what we enter there is the SAP ECC username and password, is it? Or
no.
It should be the same for both.
You know something like single sign-on, right? Single sign-on. Okay. In single sign-on, what happens is that for every component what you are working, everything is going to be one and the same, basically. The username and password. And here also your credentials has been configured in such a way that for SAP ECC, SAP BI, SAP BO, HANA and BODS, your username and password is going to be same throughout this. That way it has been configured. Just not to let you in confusion.
Okay, yeah.
So we are trying to create a data store here. Okay, the main purpose of this particular data store is okay, the main purpose of this particular data store is to make sure that you are trying to make the connectivity information to any of the sources or any of the targets, okay, as well as you can have the option of importing the table structures in this particular case. So that is the purpose we are creating this particular data store in this case. Okay. Once the data store is created, then let me start importing the table structures into this case. Let me start importing the table structures. How can I import here? You go here and then you specify this one as import by name. But don't try to import, re-import all here. Why? Because you are going to make our life very much complicated, right? So first thing is that I try to use this table as VBAK, na? Achna? What is the first table you specified? VBAK and then VBAP and third one is MARP. So here I'll try to specify this one as VBAK. I'll specify. VBAK. Okay, click on this import. So we expect that particular table to be imported into this particular repository here. You see in here, right? The table is. Actually, you're seeing right. The table has come. Okay. And then what is the next one? We have something like VBAP is there and Mara is there. Import name, and then you're going to have something called as Mara that exists. Okay, MARA. Run this input. So it is imported here. Once this is imported, what we need to do? Once this is imported, okay, Mara is there and VBAK is there, and let me import one more table that is something like import by name. This is VBAP. This one, right? VBAP, right? Import this data also here in this case. VBAK, VBAP, and this one. So Archana and Veda, you are seeing, right? These are the three tables that have been imported here, right? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Three tables has been imported in this case here. Okay. Once these three tables have been imported, then what we do is that keep them here for separately. Marvin has left. So, object library, and this is the place. Three tables have been imported here. Okay. Once these three tables have been imported, I'll try to do one thing now. What I try to do is that let me get onto this HANA Studio. Okay. Let me get onto this HANA Studio. Okay. In this HANA Studio, what I try to do is that I'll try to configure the input system whether it is working or not. Okay. Come to this one. Okay. Configure import server. Okay. Here, what I try to do is that I try to specify this one as what is that one? HANA underscore example. This is the database we have configured, right? Repository.
Yeah.
You specify this one. Okay, once we specify here, then I'll try to do one thing. I'll try to check whether I'm able to import these things or not. Select import of data and then click on this. It will be asking you what source connections you want to use here. 1 minute. Port. This one. Port. SAP HANA Studio. Tables. Right. Actually, select this option to import the select option from SAP just using business objects into this one. Select this one here. Select import of metadata. You are seeing this one, right, Archana? Select this option to import the selected table definitions from SAP ERP source. From SAP ERP source using SAP Business Objects Data Services into this SAP HANA database. So
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is the thing what we are planning to do here, right?
Okay, yeah.
So that is the thing that we need to configure, but here there are two things, tables and extractors, but here this thing is not coming here.
You click on that manage connection.
Manage connections is when you are having multiple servers basically, you know. manage connections is when you're having multiple connections, okay, but today let me start configuring this one, okay, configure this particular source connection, and from there we'll see how whatever all the tables that you have been imported, whether they are being able to import this one into or not, we'll see in this particular instance.
So where do you create the source connection?
The source actually whatever this configure import server what you have created here, right? Configure import server, the data services server. Okay, this is the thing which has to be used over there basically. Okay, example is, let me tell you, let me try to log in into a different server and then help you like this. Okay, 1 minute. Okay. Import, select massive motor data and select this one here. How come this is not getting configured here? Sometimes it is working and sometimes it is not working. Actually, let me start configuring this one and then get back to you on Monday. Okay. So this point is clear, right? Up to the point what we have done today.
Yeah, so the last step is using it in HANA.
Yeah, the last step is using it.
The configuring the import server.
Yeah, you are seeing here, right? This is what is your source connection. Okay. What is this source connection here? This connection type is SAP applications and the connection name is sitting_ERP is there, right?
Okay, so this is what we created in the data services.
Yeah, this is what has been created in the data services. When you click on this next button, see here what happens. It takes time a bit, right? Sure, Veda, I will send it to you. Veda, do you have your Skype ID with you? Only this one? Okay. Let me add down. Achha, give me a minute time. This one? This one. Both I am adding. We'll see what. This one I am adding. I did that one. Okay. So Archana, you're seeing right? A list of tables have come here. Class applications and all these particular tables you are seeing here, right? So you select the table of your interest here. You select the table of your interest and then click on this add button here. Archana, you are following, right? This is the table that has been added. Once the table has been interested, then you need to specify the schema where it has to be added. Okay, schema is nothing but your usernames and all. Okay, for now I'll try to specify the username as something like Srini something of that sort. Okay, this is a table name that has specified. Okay, once the table name is specified, then what you can do is that you can click on this next button. Click on this next button and click on finish to confirm. Finish to confirm. So now the place where that particular thing is required, that content will be stored in this one here. So where I have done this Srini, then this Srini, when you try to take this particular tables, T00 has been added. You're seeing it here, right, Archana and Veda?
Yeah.
So that is how we are supposed to import the table structures. Okay, that is how we are supposed to import the table structures from the SAP ECC into SAP HANA through SAP BODS basically. Is it clear now what we are doing now?
Yeah.
So the only thing that we need to do here is that, we'll see how this particular system has to be configured. Here you are seeing, right, in our server.
Yeah.
In our server, how exactly this thing has to be configured, what it is that I'll let you know, and based on that one we'll take it up. Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So Veda, I have added you, okay, and the moment once you add me, what it is that I'll start sending you the recordings, and then finally make sure once we come back on Monday, okay, we'll see the other things of other aspects of this BODS and HANA. So one thing, Archana and Veda, yeah, sure. One thing, Archana and Veda, first thing is that, HANA is not something that need to be done only with respect to this HANA only, right? Today we are seeing the interplay in between all the components, right? We have seen business objects, we have seen BODS, we have seen SAP ECC, and we have seen HANA Studio to make sure, and we have used also the SQL Server, how to make sure that the entire roadmap can be configured for the purpose of this particular modeling and the ETL activity, right, Archana?
Yeah.
So that is how you are supposed to work out. Okay.
Okay.
You are comfortable today, Archana?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So this is the way we are supposed to take up the things, and then okay.
Okay, yeah.
We'll meet in the next class in order to take it further. Okay.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Veda and Archana.
Yeah, thank you.
So yeah, please add and then we'll make it across. Okay. Thanks, guys.